If you've been dreaming of a relationship that feels both thrilling and secure, you might be wondering how to spark that kind of passion in the first place. True romance isn't just about the first rush of attraction. It's about building a bond that can withstand life's ups and downs. In this text, we'll walk through practical steps to nurture real love, maintain it over time, and feel truly connected to your partner in a way that never gets stale. Romance, at its core, is an expression of genuine affection and deep curiosity about another person's inner world. Some people believe you have to rely on grand gestures or constant declarations of love. But true romance thrives on subtle consistency. When you show your partner that you're emotionally present, you create a safe space where attraction can keep growing. But here's the key. Approaching love strategically doesn't mean you're playing games. It means you're respecting the delicate balance between closeness and individuality. If you move too fast or cling too tightly, it can push the other person away. On the other hand, if you're too distant, you risk losing the very connection you're trying to build. Striking that balance is a real magic trick of lasting romance. Creating a strong foundation starts with truly seeing your partner for who they are. It might sound simple, but in the whirlwind of infatuation, it's easy to gloss over deeper aspects of your partner's personality. Spend time listening when they talk about their dreams, their fears, and even their pet peeves. By showing genuine curiosity, you signal that you value not just their presence, but the entire tapestry of their identity. Many believe romance is all about feeling good, but being attuned to your partner's emotional landscape means being there when they're upset or stressed. Lean in when they share something they're worried about. Ask clarifying questions to show that you're not just hearing words, but truly understanding their experiences. This creates trust, which is a bedrock of deep affection. However, the power of genuine attention goes both ways. While you strive to be receptive to your partner's needs, don't forget to communicate your own. Healthy relationships involve two people who can each voice what they crave and what they fear. If you can share openly without judgment, the closeness you create becomes nearly unbreakable. Another essential element of romance is the art of leaving space for wonder. In the early stages of a relationship, everything is new and exciting. But as time goes on, routines can dull that initial spark. When you keep parts of your life dynamic, whether it's pursuing a personal goal, trying a new hobby, or hanging out with friends independently, you invite a sense of intrigue back into the relationship. This space for wonder also applies to how you communicate. Share your feelings, but maintain healthy boundaries. If you're too quick to reveal every thought and emotion, it can overwhelm your partner and erode the allure that curiosity brings. Instead, let them discover you gradually. Give them glimpses of the new projects you're working on, or mention passions that light you up, and then let them follow up if they're curious. Think of it like reading a captivating novel. Each new chapter should deepen their interest rather than dump all the information at once. The sense of anticipation keeps romance alive, reminding both of you that there's always more to learn and appreciate about each other. In any deep relationship, there comes a point where you need to handle conflict constructively. Disagreements are unavoidable, but how you navigate them can either reinforce your bond or chip away at it. When tension arises, approach it as a shared problem rather than a personal attack. This perspective fosters a spirit of teamwork rather than competition. A practical way to handle disagreements is to set some ground rules for discussion. For instance, agree to never insult each other or bring up unrelated past mistakes. Stick to the issue at hand and avoid letting your emotions spiral out of control. When both partners know that conflicts won't evolve into personal attacks, it strengthens the sense of safety that fuels genuine romance. But here's the key. After resolving a conflict, reconnect with a small act of affection or empathy. It could be a comforting hug, a heartfelt text, or simply acknowledging that you appreciate their willingness to work through the tough stuff. These little gestures reaffirm the emotional bond and show that even challenges can deepen the connection rather than destroy it. Maintaining emotional balance is crucial, especially once the initial novelty of the relationship fades. Passion often surges in the beginning, but can wane over time if you're not attentive to each other's emotional needs. One way to keep that flame alive is by regularly checking in with your partner. Ask how they're feeling not just in the relationship, but in life in general. Balancing emotional investment also means giving each other the freedom to breathe. If you or your partner need some alone time, respect it. People who feel supported in their individuality tend to be more appreciative of their partner's presence. This balance ensures that your moments of togetherness feel enriching rather than confining. Above all, try not to let external stressors consume the relationship. Everyone faces issues at work, with family, or with friends. If you can cultivate a soothing environment where you both find relief from the chaos of daily life, your bond naturally grows stronger. Emotional balance turns your partnership into a refuge, where real romance can flourish without being overshadowed by everyday tensions. Romance also blossoms when both partners actively choose each other day after day. This doesn't require extravagant declarations, but rather consistent demonstrations of love and respect. Simple acts like a brief text saying, "I'm thinking of you," planning a surprise dinner at home, or leaving a note in their bag can reignite that warm feeling of being cherished. Over time, life can become routine, and it's easy to coast on what's familiar. But when you consciously choose to make small romantic gestures, you remind each other that the spark is still there. These efforts don't need to be elaborate. In fact, the more genuine and personal they are, the more meaningful they become. A quiet, heartfelt gesture often speaks louder than the biggest public display. Yet, never lose sight of self-care in all this. A healthy dose of individuality can make the romance more vibrant. When you continue to grow as a person, learning new skills, setting new goals, you bring fresh energy into the relationship. It's the interplay of two evolving individuals that keeps love dynamic and full of promise. Remember that romance thrives on mutual appreciation. If one partner is always giving and the other is always taking, resentments will build over time. A balanced give and take not only feels fair, but also sparks gratitude on both sides. When you see your partner making an effort, it naturally prompts you to reciprocate, creating a positive cycle of affection. This sense of appreciation extends to how you speak about each other, even when your partner isn't around. Praising them in conversations with friends or family not only boosts their self-esteem, but also reaffirms your own sense of gratitude. It reminds you why you chose them in the first place, fueling the romantic feelings that might otherwise fade with routine. On the flip side, be mindful of criticism. Constructive feedback can be healthy, but constant fault-finding erodes intimacy. If something about your partner's behavior bothers you, discuss it calmly and with compassion. Focus on solutions rather than blame. That respectful approach preserves a bond and keeps negative energy from overshadowing the love you've worked so hard to build. A shared vision can be a powerful catalyst for long-term romance. When you both look toward a future filled with meaningful goals, like building a home, traveling to new places, or even simply bettering ourselves individually, you create a sense of unity that extends beyond day-to-day life. Having shared dreams propels you both forward and gives your relationship a sense of direction. It's important to differentiate between a shared vision and living in each other's pockets. You can pursue common dreams without sacrificing personal aspirations. In fact, when each partner has their own passions, the shared moments become richer. Picture two fulfilled people choosing to walk side by side rather than clinging out of dependency. The beauty of shared vision lies in how it keeps you both inspired. Planning for the future together, whether it's discussing potential travel destinations or envisioning a family, sends a clear message that you're in this for the long haul. That forward momentum becomes a backdrop for everyday affection, making even simple routines feel like steps towards something bigger and more meaningful. Ultimately, never forget that your own sense of worth sets the tone for the romance you attract and sustain. When you know your value, you're less likely to compromise on behavior that undermines your self-esteem. Instead, You maintain healthy boundaries, communicate respectfully, and remain confident in what you bring to the table. Relationships are meant to be enriching, not depleting. If you continuously pour love into someone who doesn't reciprocate, you'll find yourself drained instead of fulfilled. Recognizing your worth ensures you don't settle for lukewarm affection. You deserve a partner who celebrates you just as much as you celebrate them. At the end of the day, romance flourishes when both individuals come together as whole, self-respecting people. Honor your value and honor your partners too. This balanced dynamic creates a sturdy platform where love, intimacy, and genuine admiration can thrive in a lasting, meaningful way. Thank you for reading. If these insights have inspired you, remember that real romance is a journey. It's about continuous growth and consistent choices that keep the flame alive. By blending self-awareness, thoughtful communication, and a commitment to mutual happiness, you'll find yourself writing a lasting love story that never stops unfolding.